What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Subscriber Sunday. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who sent in their questions, fan art and Snapchats this week. We had a ton of Snapchats this week. So if your question did not get featured in today's episode, I'm really sorry. It just means we ran out of time, but your question may get carried over to next week. So if you want to resend it to my Snapchat, feel free to do that, just in case you don't get forgotten or anything like that. But guys, let's get started with this week's Sub Sunday and starting off with the fan art. Right guys, this week's fan art comes from Ethan on Twitter, and he drew a very nice picture of me and Zai. This is actually mine and Zai's avatar on our second channel, Ricky and Zai. Link will be in the description if you want to go check it out. We vlog on there, we play loads of different games and stuff like that, but that's actually our avatar. That picture was taken when we were in Santa Monica, and he drew like an illustration of it, and it looks really awesome. You did a really good job, Ethan, and thank you so much for sending that in. Right guys, let's move on to the questions. Now this week's first question comes from Celtic Gamer, and they say, hey Biggs, I have two questions for you. Number one, which is your favourite car? And number two, do you like Wales or know about the country? Number one, my favourite car. Now this is one that changes quite a lot for me. I would have said about a couple of months ago my favourite car was an Audi R8, but I noticed that everybody started getting an Audi R8 and it kind of made me not like it as much anymore. Currently, I'm really liking the Range Rover Sport. I like them cars. I think they look really cool. So one of them two is probably my favorite, like, dream car, I guess. And do I know about Wales? Of course I know about Wales. I live in England, so Wales is like just there on the side. Yeah, I know about Wales. It looks like a really nice country. Like, I've never been there, but I've seen people go there, and like the scenery and stuff looks really nice. And I would like to visit there one day. I really would. I don't know when it would ever happen, but I would like to visit there. But yeah, I know all about Wales. The next question comes from Gucci Weirdo, and they ask, hello Biggs, I've been watching since How to Build a Mansion. That is a long time ago. Number one, would you rather have 10 million subscribers but not be with Zai, or be with Zai in your current situation? I guess what you mean, like, would I rather have 10 million subscribers and not be with Zai, or I'll be with Zai and not have any subscribers? I guess that's what you kind of mean. Of course I'd rather be with Zai. Of course I would. The way I've answered that is not convincing at all. I know, I'm sorry, but of course I would rather be with Zai in my current situation. Like, I'd rather have 100,000 subscribers and be with Zai rather than have 10 million subscribers and not be with Zai. So yeah, that's the answer to the question. Number two, what is your favorite basketball team? I would have to say the Lakers, even though I don't follow basketball too much. But when I was like 10, I had a Lakers jersey, and Zai supports the Lakers as well. So yeah, I'd have to go with the Lakers. And number three, will you play Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare when it's released? I haven't played Black Ops 3, even though I really wanted to, because Call of Duty Black Ops 1 was my favourite Black Ops. And will I play the new one coming out, Infinite Warfare? I don't know, I'm not sure. Modern Warfare 2 was one of the most Call of Duties I've ever played. That and Black Ops 1 were like the best two that I've ever played. So I really want to play a latest one, but I've never really got round to the chance of doing it, so I'm not sure. So the next question comes from Ricky Manrique, and they ask, hey Ricky, I have two questions for you. One, what team are you in Pokemon Go? Two, when is MCA coming? You got a really cool name, Ricky, I gotta say that. But the first question is, I am Team Instinct, the yellow team on Pokemon Go. I love Pokemon Go, by the way, guys. If you ever want to see any videos on that, Zai is coming to England next week, and we plan on going on some Pokemon Go adventures that we're going to upload to our second channel. So make sure you check that out. Link will be in the description. And when is MCA coming? This is probably my most asked question on my channel at the moment. And to be honest, guys, I'm not sure yet, because I've really been focusing on other series that have been doing pretty well for me, but that doesn't mean I will never ever do an MCA again. I love doing MCA, like the work and the dedication that went into it makes it one of my favorite series ever. I just need to like finalize what I want to do with it, and then it will come out. But when it does come out, I will tell you guys before it does. So even though you guys are wondering when is it going to happen, I will tell you before it happens, so you will know for sure when to expect it. It won't be like a surprise one day and it will just pop up. I will tell you guys, right, guys, MCA is going to be here next week. I'll make sure to tell you. So the next question comes from Man Brother Films, and they ask, hey Ricky, what is your worst experience on a plane? Now that's a pretty good question. Now I've only really had one bad experience on a plane, and it's not really that bad. Touch wood that I never have a bad experience on a plane, because that would be the worst thing ever, so fingers crossed that never happens. But my worst experience on a plane would be when I flew back to England with Zai when I was in America for Thanksgiving. We flew back to England for Christmas, and basically what happened was, this is one of the first times that we've ever flown together, and we were super excited about it. We had our headphones set up, we had snacks, we was about to get ready to watch some movies and stuff. We were really excited about it. So the plane took off, everything was fine, and as we were like into the flight, I think about 30 minutes to an hour into the flight, the pilot came on the announce system, and he said, we're gonna experience some unexpected turbulence. We didn't know this was gonna happen, so we're really sorry. And we thought, okay, I've experienced turbulence before, it's not that bad usually, but this turbulence was probably one of the worst turbulences that I've ever experienced on a plane. It was crazy. The plane was literally just bumping up and down for ages. And when I say ages, this turbulence, I can't say it, this turbulence literally lasted the whole flight. And a flight from LA to England is like 11 hours. And we had 11 hours of turbulence. But that wasn't the bad experience. Like, the turbulence wasn't just the thing that made it bad. The fact is that it made me so travel sick. I felt so ill, and I'm someone who actually enjoys flying. Like, I like being on a plane, like watching the movies, like getting the snacks and stuff like that. But this turbulence made me feel so ill. It was just unbearable. Like, I had to go to the bathroom when the seatbelt lights were on, and I just had to take my seatbelt off, and then the air stewardess was like shouting at me saying, you can't stand up, and I said, I can't help it, I'm gonna throw up. And then I had to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and I couldn't eat the food that they gave me because it just made me feel sick even more. And it got to a stage where I literally, and I'm pretty sure this happened, I just passed out. I thought I fell asleep, but Zai told me that I just literally leant forward with my head on my knees and just passed out. And then I woke up, and there was an hour left of the flight, and I couldn't believe how quick that flight went. But I just literally just passed out because I just felt so ill, and that was probably my worst experience on a plane ever. And I hope that is the worst experience I ever have, because bad experience on the planes are scary, but if the worst ones I ever have is turbulence and feeling sick, then I'm very happy. So the next question comes from M Rose, and they ask, Biggs, I have a couple questions for you. Number one, Little Mix or One Direction? I love Little Mix. Number two, would you rather play MC but quit YouTube, or do YouTube and quit MC? So the first question, Little Mix or One Direction? I don't really listen to that much of either of their music, but if I had to choose one, I would say I listen to Little Mix music more than One Direction. Usually when I listen to their music, it's probably on the radio. I don't have it on my Spotify or anything like that. But when their songs come on the radio, probably Little Mix more than One Direction. I'm less likely to change the radio station where Little Mix's songs come on, if that sounds bad. But number two, would you rather play MC or quit YouTube? I think I would rather. Oh, that's a tough question, because Minecraft has got me to where I am today. But I love doing YouTube, and I think quitting YouTube would be a bigger loss to me personally than quitting Minecraft. Even though I would hate to quit Minecraft, but I think if I had to choose, I would have to choose quitting Minecraft, because I really enjoy doing YouTube, and I would find something else to do to entertain you guys. So it's a really tough question, but if I had to choose, probably just choose YouTube. Right guys, so let's move on to the Snapchats.
Well, I want to thank you for answering my other question, and second of all, if you could be in the Olympics, what sport would you do? Bye.
Thank you, Chase, for sending in your message. So, which sport would I do in the Olympics? I would have to say long jump, and it's such a weird sport. I would have thought I would have been a sprinter or something like that if I did sports, because I was really quick when I was younger, but I would choose long jump because when I was in high school I had the long jump record of the whole school. Like, I jumped the furthest out of everybody in the whole school, and that record lasted after I left the school, and then it got beat a few years after I left the school. So yeah, that was probably my best sport. Not my best sport, my best event that I was good at kind of like track and field events. That was the best one.
Hi Biggs, I want to ask, do you have a Nerf gun? If you do, can you please shoot Zai? Bye.
Thank you so much for sending in your message. No, I don't have a Nerf gun, but if I ever get one, I will shoot Zai and I'll put it on Snapchat. Alright, so keep an eye out on it. I might get one when she comes here next week and I might shoot her just for you. But thank you for sending in your Snapchat.
Hey Ricky, just want to let you know my question, which is right here. And love your live streams, and I don't know if you remember me, Diamond11, tell me.
Thank you for sending in your message. Yeah, I do remember that name actually. I always see it in the streams popping up. Thank you so much for coming to the streams and enjoying them. But how did you and Zai meet? That was the question. I did answer this, so I'd answer it really quickly. It was in a past Sub Sunday. Me and Zai met on YouTube. That's how we met. She had a server. I was going to start a server. I needed some advice for a server and I liked her server, so I sent her a message, and that is literally how we got talking, and then the rest is history. That is literally how we met. But thank you so much for sending in your message.
Hey Biggs, how do you edit your videos? I'm just really bad at editing and I don't know how to do it. So please answer this in Sub Sunday, and yes, I'm in my PJs.
Hi Avery, thank you so much for sending in your Snapchat. How do I edit my videos? I use a program called Adobe Premiere. That is a program that I use. It's quite difficult to learn when you first do it. I would recommend watching some videos and stuff and they show you how to do it. I did upload a video on how I edit and render my videos. So if you search on my channel, how to render, no, best Minecraft render settings. So best Minecraft render settings. If you search that on my channel, there is a video and I show you what software I use to edit and render my videos, and it tells you all the settings that I use if you want it to be easy for you. But that is the program that I use, Adobe Premiere, but be prepared, it is kind of difficult to get used to at first.
Hey Biggs, my question was, what was your favorite thing to do as you grew up as a child?
Hey Val, thank you so much for sending in your message. I'm sorry that I had to make you send that in again because sometimes my phone glitches out and it doesn't record the things that I need it to record, but thank you so much for sending it in again. My favorite thing to do as I was growing up as a child was a couple things actually. I would say play football. I loved playing soccer / football. I loved it. It was my favorite thing ever. But I would also say hanging out with my cousin and me and like my cousin Dinkies. We used to do so many crazy things together, and all this kind of crazy things that I did with him were some of the biggest memories that I have as a child. Like when we used to wrestle, we used to watch WWE all the time, and we used to take mattresses down from upstairs in my house. Like I would take the mattress off my bed and take the mattress off my mum's bed and set up like a wrestling ring downstairs, and we used to like jump off the sofa doing backflips and stuff like that. They're some of the funnest things that I've ever done, like when I was a kid, and we used to do that a lot. Like at one stage there was like a year where we did it like every week, because he would always come to stay over my house on a Friday night for the weekend, and we'd do it every week. So I would say like wrestling when I was younger with my cousin, and playing football was my favorite things to do when I was a kid. That's such boyish things to do, isn't it? But thank you so much for sending in your message. But there we are, guys. That is all we have time for this week of Sub Sunday. Thank you so much for everybody who sent in your messages, fan art and questions. I really do appreciate it. I'm really sorry if your question did not get featured this week, guys. We had so many Snapchats. I really couldn't get through every single one of them. But if you want to send it in again for next week, feel free to do it. I will get round to all the questions eventually. Just bear with me, and we will feature your question on Sub Sunday. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in another episode of Subscriber Sunday.